Trey, how are you doing? We haven't had a chance to talk to you since surgery and where you're at right now.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Progressing along well. About to come up on 3 weeks post-op, so just one step at a time. Yeah.
How much have you been relying on her since he's kind of been going through a similar situation here?
I definitely talked to him about a little bit of stuff when it comes to the shoulder, but he also had a different surgery than I did too, so his was a little more. He had a few more constraints than I did, so I still listen to what he has to say, but also don't try to compare too much of our surgeries because they're not the same.
With the season that you were having and how things were going for you, how have you handled this mentally and how much do you want to get back on the court as soon as possible?
I mean, I've been fine mentally. We all know what it was with the season. I mean, it would have been a lot worse if we were in the playoff hunt and I was missing playoff games. So, I have a whole summer to rehab and definitely not going to rush because we have time. Time is on our side this time. So, going to make sure I do it right, do it correctly, and come back even better.
What do you expect the summer to look like as far as how long it'll be before you take contact, all that type of stuff?
It just depends on my KPIs, like my stuff that I hit for my little benchmarks and stuff for, me to be clear for contact. If I had to guess, probably around end of August, early September, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but I mean that's what I would say.
Obviously not the way you wanted to end, but how would you just capture what this season was like for you, kind of stepping into a new role, taking your game to a different level?
Yeah, I mean it was definitely great for personal growth. At the end, they still don't like losing, and that was definitely tough for me, as well as my teammates. But I definitely think we grew as a team, and then personally, I was able to grow as a leader. That was the biggest thing, was that I was able to step into a more of a leadership role because people were looking at me as the guy to, tell them what they need to hear. And that was one of the first times I was able to really do that and felt like I had the authority to say that. So, felt pretty good about it.
Trey, we told you before the season that it was going to turn out like this. What would you have thought about that?
What exactly?
I mean, just with all the injuries and the losses and just everything was unfolding.
I mean, obviously not great. We've dealt with the injury bug, but this obviously was the strongest one. So, it sucks, especially with a team so talented. And we had 6 or 7 top 100 guys in the league. Only other team that had the same amount was the Celtics. So, and we never really got to see that full group at its full potential. So, sucks, but, it is what it is. It's life. It's basketball. Things happen like that. And just got to move on, flip the next page of the chapter.
Trey, I don't want to bring up bad memories, but can you kind of describe what went through your mind the day you got injured during that game? Did you know it was going to be this severe? That it was going to be,
I mean, first off, my shoulder was dislocated, so first I was trying to get it back into place. I tried doing that first. Well, I didn't doing it first. And then once it happened, I started regaining feeling and stuff like that, and I was like, all right, maybe I might not be as bad as I thought. But then when Doc was having this conversation when Dr. Montgomery was having this conversation with the MRI techs and stuff like that, it was a long conversation. I had a feeling it was going to be a lot longer process than what I hoped for. So, it is what it is. It already happened, so all I can do now is just get better and take a step forward.
Trey, how would you assess the season how would you assess Willie's job this season, handling all the adversity?
It's a tough job to be in. You want to coach all the guys that you have on the roster, so, you're preparing for an offense or a defense with guys that you are all right, this is what they do at their best. this is what they do, is how they can maximize their potential, and you're not able to really coach that because they're not on the floor. So, it's a tough job, and I feel like he tried to handle it as best as he could. If you put anybody in that situation, it's going to be tough. So, that's really it.
Trey, what is your belief in this roster? I know we didn't get to see it during the regular season, but I guess you guys got to see some in Nashville. Do you have faith that this group can be winners?
It's a different group. B.I. was a big part of that group as well. And in Nashville, like we all saw, that 5-out unit where we had me, Z, Herb, Dejounte, and B.I., it was really good, really great to see. And, you add C.J. into the mix, it's a little bit of a different group, but it's still a group that can work. And, hopefully we're able to see it healthy, but you never know what happens. This offseason, we truly don't know who's going to be back, if I'm being honest with you. And, you saw Luka got traded, so nobody's safe. So, yeah.
Do you think counting on better luck with health is good enough for next year's team to be what y'all think you can be, or are there
we have
stuff below the surface that needs to be dealt with?
No, we have to be better as a team. Like, there's a lot of things that even the guys that were out there during the time, including myself, we, especially in those months where we were, like, before 2025, like December mainly, there's a lot of things that we weren't doing on our end, and we were out there healthy just fine. We had enough guys out there to win games, and we weren't pulling through games. So we have to get better. We have to mature more as a team and be more cohesive. But obviously that takes time. But we definitely have to put a concerted effort to doing that.
Were you confident that you have the coach in the front office to accomplish that?
I mean, that's a trap question right there. That's a trap question right there. Look, everybody's doing a great job and doing the best of their abilities. And, my job is to play basketball and to, do what I can do and control what I can control. And after that, whatever happens, happens.
What's it like just dealing with the amount of change there's been this season? Because the first couple of years you were in the league, it was all about continuity, kind of building with that group. And now this year, B.I.'s out, Dejounte is in, even during the offseason, Najee and JV are gone. What was that like, just the amount of change that happened this year?
You're kind of numb to it, in all honesty. Like, I realized early on in my rookie year, like, change just happens, and it's very normal. Like I said, Kill was probably one of the closest people I had on the team my rookie year. Both had similar stories, 17th pick, played well preseason summer league, didn't play great throughout the rookie year. We had a lot of conversations, a lot of dinners and stuff like that, and losing him just as a teammate was tough. I was seeing him every day, and now it's like we talk on the phone here and there. So I got kind of numb to change because at the end of the day, like, people go on and whatever's best for them, that's what you really want for them instead of, just having them around.
Trey, what's your belief in Zion? We only saw him in about 30 games, and we've always seen when he's on the floor, he's good. But do you feel like this year he even made more steps where you feel like he's somebody that the whole team, the organization can rely on?
No, he took a big step this year, and I think the biggest thing was just his defense. Like, he really took pride in guarding the ball, and if you want to win championships, your top guys got to defend. You can't have defensive liabilities out there, and so. Sorry, Javonte Green just got a bucket on the TV, so I got a little excited. But he was tremendous this year in the games he played. Obviously, you want him out there for more time. Like, even myself, played 53 games. I'm not gonna say it's not acceptable because I feel like my injury was a little fluke, but definitely want to, be more available. Like, just in general, that's just bottom line.
Thank you, Trey.
When you mentioned the uncertainty before, in the NBA, it's a business and changes even for good teams happen in the offseason. But were you referring to just because of how much didn't go well this season, it kind of heightens the uncertainty about who's going to be back and stuff like that?
No, because, Mike Malone got fired and they were 5th in the West. Taylor Jenkins got fired, they were 4th in the West. Mike Brown got fired early on this season, they were above 500. So it's hard to really compare, you just never know. Like, even if you think, there might be something that is good, like, obviously, outside looking in, everybody thought Denver was still a good team. They're going to be in the playoffs soon. Memphis was still a good team. They still fired their coach. And so you just never know. And you don't want to live in a world of, like, okay, this is going to happen. You just have to live with what happens, like, day by day.
Thank you.